Alright, so these are the Skullcandy Rail ANC wireless earbuds. And if you've been anywhere near the budget audio space lately, you've probably seen Skullcandy trying to make a pretty strong comeback with feature-packed earbuds that don't completely destroy your wallet. On paper, these promise active noise canceling, long battery life, app customization, and that classic Skullcandy bass-heavy tuning. But specs are one thing. Real-world usage is something else entirely. So I've been using these as my daily earbuds for calls, music, travel, and just everyday noise isolation, and there's a lot to unpack here. First impression, the case. It's compact, lightweight, and very pocketable, which sounds like a small thing, but you feel it every day. The finish is matte, minimal branding, and nothing overly flashy. It doesn't scream premium, but it also doesn't feel cheap in a bad way. More like functional and intentional. The earbuds themselves follow that familiar in-ear stem design. They fit snugly, and once you find the right ear tip size, they actually stay in place pretty well, even during movement. Comfort-wise, they're solid for long listening sessions, not the kind where you constantly feel the need to adjust them. Now, let's talk about sound, because that's where most people decide if these are worth it or not. Out of the box, the tuning is what you'd expect from Skullcandy. Slightly elevated bass, a bit of a V-shaped signature, meaning lows and highs are emphasized while mids take a small step back. That makes modern music, hip-hop, EDM, pop sound energetic and fun. It's not a flat studio reference sound, and it's not trying to be. But here's the interesting part. Through the app, you actually get a decent level of EQ control. So if you want to flatten things out or push vocals forward, you can adjust it pretty easily. That flexibility alone puts it ahead of a lot of budget competitors. Now, active noise canceling. This is usually where budget earbuds either surprise you or completely fall apart. With the Rail ANC, it's somewhere in the middle, leaning slightly positive. Low-frequency noise, things like air conditioners, bus engines, general city rumble, gets reduced in a noticeable way. You're not getting flagship-level silence like you would from top-tier Sony or Bose earbuds, but you are getting enough isolation to make your environment feel calmer. Higher frequency sounds, voices, sharp noises, those still come through more than you'd like. So in a busy cafe or crowded street, you're still aware of the world around you. It's ANC that helps, not ANC that disappears everything. Battery life, though, is one of the stronger points here. You're looking at roughly up to 8 to 9 hours on the earbuds themselves, depending on volume and ANC usage. And the case pushes that to around 30 plus hours total. In real-world use, that means you can go multiple days without thinking about charging, which is exactly what most people want from daily earbuds. Call quality is also surprisingly decent. The microphones do a good job isolating your voice in quiet to moderately noisy environments. In heavy wind or traffic, things get a bit compressed and less natural, but your voice still comes through clearly enough for calls and meetings. Latency is fine for casual video watching and social media. You're not going to notice any serious delay. For gaming, it's usable, but not tuned for competitive, low-latency performance. One thing I do like is the app support. It's not overly complicated, but it gives you the essentials: EQ, control customization, and ANC modes. It's the kind of app you set once and rarely think about again, which is usually a good sign. So the real question is, who are these for? These are not trying to compete with ultra-premium earbuds at all. They're aimed at someone who wants solid, everyday wireless earbuds with ANC, good battery, and customizable sound, without spending flagship money. And in that space, they actually make a pretty strong argument for themselves. They're not perfect. The ANC isn't elite, and the sound tuning won't please audiophiles without adjustments. But they get the fundamentals right: comfort, battery, usability, and a fun sound profile that most people will enjoy right away. So going back to the original question, are they worth it? If you're looking for a budget-friendly pair of wireless earbuds that handle daily use without frustration, then yeah, these absolutely deserve a spot on your shortlist. But if you're chasing top-tier noise canceling or super refined sound accuracy, you're going to want to look higher up the price ladder. Either way, this is one of those products that feels like it understands exactly what it's trying to be and doesn't pretend to be anything else.